So, on the note of the connected home in New York, or even the connected crammed apartment, New York City has, I think, an estimated 6 million window air conditioning units. John, this might be your territory over here. Where do you see the future of that connected apartment, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's a trend that is just going to revolutionize how electronics are used in the house. I often think about when did this start, right? And because I think when I started the company back 6, 7 years ago, I remember, one of the people that we talked to was this professor, Cambridge, and he had his whole home, wired up with X10 with the X10 system, right? It's a connected home, basically. But no one else knows about the X10. But he was like, I know there's all this old technology. Why is what you're doing going to change things? And I think the bottom line is that what we've seen is that starting from the silicon, the wireless technology has become cheaper. It's become more energy efficient, so things can be battery powered. You're beginning to see standards emerge, connecting all these things. So what we're going to see is a lot of appliances, not just window air conditioners, everything being connected to the internet. Now, what that means for us is that, while we love the product that we created, the Model It very much, I think you're going to see a situation where that's going to be a great retrofit solution, but you're going to see more and more consumer uptake of devices that are already going to be connected to the internet. And to me, the bridge that's going to connect that consumer product to energy or to utilities or utility services is going to be software. It's fundamentally going to be a software-driven industry, in my opinion. And this is not a bad thing, because I think at the end of the day, if the consumer can buy these devices into their house and enable energy efficiency for the utility, it's just a better use of dollars all around, And it also means that the consumer is going to be a stakeholder in energy efficiency, which is a great thing, Then they can, turn to like Opower's, insights and alter their behavior, and that overall is a good thing for, I think, everybody down the road. So I think we're beginning to see a real revolution here. And, I think it's still early, to be honest, because you're beginning to see what's being sold right now are gateways that connect Bluetooth, Zigbee, Z-Wave, Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Who needs 4 standards right now, right? So 3 years from now, you're going to probably just see 1 or 2, and I don't know which one's going to emerge. I think Wi-Fi is a strong candidate. Bluetooth's a strong candidate, But, you're going to see consolidation, you're going to see standardization, and that's when things will become much easier, for I think companies like us to do our services.
And you mentioned, Nick, I'm going to get to you in a second on this connected home issue, but you mentioned a few things. You mentioned price declining for maybe hardware and even software, I'd assume. But before that, I think maybe it was Nick, you brought this up in a Accenture study saying that people think about energy management in the home for 9 minutes per year. That's astounding. How can you really sell a solution to a consumer? Is there enough motivation for a consumer to go out and purchase a solution for, I don't know, 200, 300, 400 bucks, and then expect the returns over the next 3, 4, 5 years? Is there enough of an incentive there for them?
Yeah, I think so. And this is what we see, because we do our annual surveys of our customers as well, right? And what we see is basically a very broad consumer base, right? One part of the population is definitely interested in energy savings. Another part only cares about dollars saved. Another, group only cares about new technologies. They like doing things that's cool, right? Another group that does things because, I heard about the news and I just want to try it out, So, and that is what the consumer base is, If you look at how people have always marketed products to these people, right? You always target a certain segment and you sell. And it's the same thing, once everything becomes connected, then, people are going to buy connected window air conditioners for different reasons. Some might, if there's a way to save money, you buy it for that reason. If there's a way for them to, save energy, that's a way, and that will require software, right? So to me, it's not just a hardware, it's going to be an app that's going to have to be sold with the air conditioner that actually provides a real value proposition, for the customer. And I think we're still figuring that out. I think we're beginning to realize that, energy savings alone is not a strong motivator of the residential customer. I think business owners are simpler to figure out because, you know, I own a small business, and sure as hell, if I can save $1, I do that, you know. So, but I think the residential customer does it for many different reasons. You know, you have a very broad demographic base, very broad age base, and I think the challenge, you know, for us, like if OPAR Think Eco needs to sign up customers to do energy services, we have to do that marketing well. We have to figure out the right value proposition.
Yeah.
And, you know, and energy and the, you know, let's say demand reduction, it has to be a hidden value proposition, right, among the thing that really motivates these people to implement.
Couldn't
the
agree with you
technology.
more.